Hi everyone, welcome to the course, and now let's start with arrays. As you have already seen in the previous lectures that we covered are data types which were primitive, but now some data types are non-primitive. The primitive one is fixed, which I told you that it's of 7 type. But apart from that, we have some non-primitive data type which is defined by the user. So user can define it as per the requirement. So how? Let's see. So we are learning arrays. So array is basically a collection of elements which we call it as homogeneous collection. But here in JavaScript there is nothing called homogeneous. The array can take multiple data types of element at once. See, how we have to create an array is I am putting my data type and any name of the array. Let's suppose I have added fruits, or let's say courses, okay, sell courses. Okay, and after that you have to put square brackets. Let's suppose I am writing it as JavaScript, C++, Node.js. Okay, so this is my array containing these things, but what you can see is I am creating this in double quotes. So these are not containing 3 different values but a single value, because the quote is single only, because I'm wrapping all these 3 different elements in one quote. So to make it different, you have to close it here. Now wrap this particular thing is also in quote and this also in quote. So this is how your array is containing 3 elements. So 3 elements, what do I mean by that? This is a continuous memory location. That means it's a continuous block of code where JavaScript is at index. So in array we have something called index, because in memory whenever we create an array, full block of that memory is allocated to us, and in that block we have some indexing so that we can access that particular element whatever we want. So here it is 0. Now to this it will be at 1 index, it will be at 2 index. So if I want to print this particular array, you need to console it. See, sell course. Now open this with the live server. You'll see you got this array. So array is taking your JavaScript, your C++ and your Node.js. See, at 0 index JavaScript is present, at 1 C++ and at 2 your Node.js. This is by default, which is added by your compiler only. We are not doing it, we are not assigning it. I have written it in comments, okay, just to show you. Okay, now one thing more which you need to look in, that I have created a collection of strings only. What if I want to have a number? You can also do that. Let's suppose I have added a price of 3,500 and 5,000. See, this will also get printed. See, this is the array. Now you can see what is the length of the array. It is 5. Okay, so every time you add element, the size of the array will automatically increase. So this is how you can guess what is the length of the array. This is the total length is 5. It is also printing it in the console. Okay, so similar way you can have something called key value in this. So let's suppose I added name, or you can say my name, and you will say Kajal. So this will print me this thing. See, the length is 6 and now it is giving me one object which is containing, I will tell you what are objects in the next lecture, but here see, it is a key containing some value, but key and value both are occupying one block which is of 5. Okay, so the length is 5. If you want to access any particular value, how you will do that? Write your name of the array and after that put a square bracket. After square bracket, just put the index. So it is this particular thing is present at index 2. So in the answer you should get Node.js. See, you are getting Node.js. Okay. Similarly, if you want to print your last thing, so it is at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So put 5 over here. You should get this particular object. Okay, so now you have the object. But one thing to notice here, we are printing the elements by one by our own by adding the index. So is there any way so that we can print all the element of the array by using something? Yes, there is something called loops, which we already covered. See how you will do that. We'll put a loop and you have to start the loop. Similarly, you started in the previous lecture. See, this is standing at 0. So we'll write the same way. What is the length of the array? It is 6. So you will go till 6 or less than 6 and do I++ because every time the index is increasing. Now to print every element, put console.log and here it should be your array name followed by your I, which is this. So see, all the array elements are printed. So how these are getting printed? I equals to 0. So here I is at this point. Okay. So it is for 0. It will check the condition. It is true. Then this particular thing. That means my array name, which is cell codes. Okay, in this your 0 will be going. So that's why your JavaScript is printed. Next time when it will be incrementing by 1, your index will be 1, so it will print 1. Okay, so one thing you can specify it is your length when you know the length, but it might be the case that whenever you don't know the length of the array. So in that case, we have a method called cellcodes.length. So it will automatically go till length. So refresh it. See, all the array elements are printed. So this is what your array is. You can have multiple data types in single array. I hope you have understood the array topic clearly. Thank you so much, everyone.